Is my screen is visible to you all? Okay, guys, for creating any module, you have to just write, firstly define the process. Like first you have to define add. In the add function, you have to assign a comma b, and then you return a plus b. Okay, you have to write same code for the multiply, firstly for the subtraction, multiplication, division. This. So firstly, you have to write these codes for defining the addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Then you have to write a code for the choosing something. Okay, choose like what, which of the calculation you are want to do. For example, I want to do division, subtraction, or multiplication. So for that, you have to write the code. You have to write print select operation. Which operation do we want to perform? Okay. So then you have to take a while loop here, and whenever it is true, means whenever we are giving some values to it, which is true for the choices, and then take a choice over here. Choice is equals to int input, int input, and over here I have write the enter choices. Okay. If and the choices is in between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So if my choice in the function which is generally used for checking the string which we get from choice and check like it is 1, 2, 3, or a 4. Then I will take the num1 as the input from the user int, then take the num2 and input. Now I will check if if my choices is equals to, if my choice is equals to 1, then you have to perform the add operation. You can simply call add, add, and then num1, comma, num2. Okay. Over here, I will print like this. Print num1, then num2. Print num1, uh, comma, then this plus, comma, num2 is equals to. I will write like generally we are writing in the mathematics operations like that, and then call this function, comma, control Z. And the same for control C, control V, control V. If my choice is 2, then I have to subtract the number. If my choice is 3, I have to multiply the number. And if my choice is 4, I have to divide the number. Is it okay to all? Uh, so here I have to use this division function, multiplication, divi divi. Here it is subtraction, and over here in the else condition, we will print nothing. Else, print invalid output. If someone gives the different choices from 1, 2, 3, 4, then in that case you have to print this else condition. Okay, now I am done in it. I want to do the multiplication. Why it is not taking? Okay, I have made a mistake over here. I want to do multiplication. My num one is 23, my num two is 5, and I will get the answer as 115. Okay, so here it is again asking for the choices. Okay, so now I want to do some division. I will provide the first number is 25 and second number is 4. It is giving me the 6.25. Okay, my code is running till I have to provide like if I'm giving 6 over here, it will give me invalid output. But it's still my code is running. Why? Because in the starting I have put the while true condition. Okay, so for that I have to print. I have to use some extra variable over here. Af Before this else invalid input, I have to ask to the user that you want to the next calculation. If you want the next calculation, if you want the next calculation, then he will say yes. If he or she is don't want to the next calculation, say no. Input and you want to do the next calculation. Okay. And if my condition is yes, then the code is running clearly. If next calculation is false, then it will break the whole loop. Whole okay. So my code is I have to interrupt that. Okay. Now I want to run this. So I want to do some subtraction over here. First number is 34, second number is 23, 11. Do you want the next calculation? I would say no. It will end the execution. Okay. If I'm saying over here yes, then it will ask me for again the whole process. And this is the small module how you write the code in a Python for a calculator. Okay. Is it okay to all? Is it okay to all? Is this code is okay to all? Okay. Guys, I have shared the link of the PPT and the yeah, I will put the code in the chat. If you can't do this type of small program, then there is no need or choices for you. You have to do the calculation for these simple programs. So this code is applicable for only two numbers, but how to calculate more than two numbers? You have to use the more variable. For that, you have to create a function in the Python, and then you can take the third number and do the calculation. Or you can generally first take the string from the user and then split plus dot split. I will tell you how you can split that and add that particular number to the list. Okay. So the purpose of the giving this task is that how you can write a code, how you can write a proper code in the Python. And the today's topic is also the same. What are the things we are using to correct the coding standards? Okay, what is the standards of the code using in Python, and how we can write a code in a better manner and a better visualization, so that if any user want to see that, they can easily understand my code with no problems. So it has some characteristics. Like the first characteristic is use docstring. What is docstring? Docstring is also known as comment. Okay. And okay, guys, tell me how we can write comment in the Python. How we can write the comment in the Python. Total code. Which total code? Yeah, yeah. Using hashtag. And if you want to comment more than single line, you can use the inverted comma. Yeah. So this doc string means is same that. So there are both single and multi-line doc string. Doc string is generally the comment that can be used in the Python. However, the single line comment fits in one line, and triple quote are using in both cases. So triple quote or triple quotation mark is used for the single line comment as well as the multi-line comment. Okay. So what is the need of this single line or a triple line comment? For example, if you want to do some calculation over there, or use some different function, or you use the user user input uh, from the program, so you can write like here I have write the I have write the code here. So here I can write like this here, uh, for the operation performed by the user. So if anyone can see this program, it is clearly understandable for that. The choice why I compare over here for operation performed by the user. Which type of operation is performed by the user in this particular manner? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Over here, I have write this print select operation. You can use this print one one dot addition, so that the user who are using this mm, who are using this program can clearly understand what is this 1, 2, 3, 4 values. So my 2 is subtraction, 3 is multiplication, and 4 is division. Divis multiplication. Because over here I can see this program, but in the output case we can't see which type of operation is this 1, 2, and 4. So now I can understand, if I print 1, it will do the addition. If I give the 2, it will print the subtraction. If I give the 3, it will do the multiplication. If I give the 4, it will do the division. And for the num part also, here I have written like enter the first number. Over here, I will use the second number. Okay, so you can, and the user of the programmer can easily understand this code. Okay, so I want to do the multiplication. It will enter the first number. I will give 35 and then give the second number as 2. The output is 70. I don't want to do the next calculation. Okay, my program is getting terminated over here. My screen is not visible to you, I'm Maruti. Sir, please extend your screen. We don't understand properly. Sir. Okay, 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 okay. Now it is clear. Yeah, in the phone you have also the option to zoom the screen. How can we take more input variable at single input statement? No, you don't have to take more input variable at a single input statement. You for that you have to write the multiple input statement. Single input statement take only the single variable. If you want the more variable, you can use the multiple line statement of input. So we are talking about this use doc string. The next thing is wrap lines so that they all don't exceed 79 characters. Generally, whenever we write the code in Python, some lines of code is very big. So we can use the enter buttons to take to the second line. And for that, you have to use the comma or you can use the and you can all don't have to use the second thing. You just only put the yeah, you can use this sign over here, which I have provided. Uh, for this, I have opened a file over here. So my one line of code is not going enough. So I have write it in a two lines. First line is this. This is a proper one line of code, but I can write it like this also. You have to put just this symbol over there and you can write in the second program. It will take as a single line of program. So you don't have to exceed the 79 character. You don't have to count the 79 character. If you think that my code, one line of code is going more than 70 or 80 words, you can put in the second line by using this symbol. The module name is calculator.py. Yeah, you can use the backward slash for using two lines of a code. This is the symbol of backward slash. Okay, so the third thing is use of a regular and updated command are valuable to both the coder and the user. Why this statement is happening? Because the various type and condition that is followed can be great help for programmer and user. For example, here I have write this geek is equals to geek plus one. Can you guys give me the short form of this? Geek is equals to geek plus one in the chat. G is equals to G plus 1. Yeah, G plus is equals to 1. So, what are we doing over here? we can increment the geek value. So the whoever the coder is writing the code, he will clearly show that here I am using the increment function and I will increment the value of this geek by 1. Okay. So this is the correct method to write a code. If someone is not understanding or the coder or the user, if coder writes the code, it is easily understand for the coder. But the user who are using the program, he or she should have to know what is happening here and what is happening in the back end of the code. Because sometimes the code is not visible for the user. Sometimes, almost all the time, the code user is not able to see the code. It is only see the operation and the output of that particular program, but he or she can't be so what is happening behind the scene. Over here also, the user who are using this code, he can generally show that we have to select the operation over here, and in after that we have given a choice. We have to select the number in between this, enter the first number, second number, and then we will have to print this number. Guys, you have a little more question in this particular code. I have write the choices from 1 to 4. You have to extend to it 1 to 9 and do all the mathematical operations. Just like modulo, remainder, okay. You can increment the choices over here and in the if else condition, if choice is equals to 5 and then print the same function. It is just a 5 or 10 minute of task. It is homework for you. Okay. So the next thing now is use space around operator and after commas, but not directly inside the bracket constructor. For example, if I want to add a where my I have to use this f and g value. Now I have if I'm writing like this is not understandable by the user or by the coder also. So we can use the space. Whenever we are using the operator, we have to give the space to them so that it is clearly visible for us. Uh, just like over here, I have given the space. It is clearly shown 35 multiplied by 2 is equals to 70. So for that, I have used this comma and a space over here. One space. So just by adding this num1 and num2, it will print some spaces over there. Now the naming convention. You can use some type of naming convention. For example, you have used single lowercase letter, single uppercase letter, lowercase, lowercase with underscore. For example, I want to create a odd and even integer program for checking the odd and even number. So I have to write like this, odd and even. If you want to write the whole code as like this, so you can define this function and in that particular function you can write like what is the odd number and what is the even number. You can also use whole the upper cases with the underscore and capitalized word like camel case. If I am writing like this, O double D, it is also considering it as a naming convention of a variable. So by these methods, we can define a naming convention to a variable. We can use a single, or if we want to use the multiple variables, we have to use in a lowercase or lowercase with underscore, uppercase or uppercase with the underscore. Is it clear to you? My screen is not visible to you. Okay, so the naming convention. After that, you can't have to use the identifier like lowercase letter L, uppercase letter O, or the uppercase letter I, because the interpreter consider it as a binary. It is consider the lowercase letter L is as a binary one and O as a binary zero, and lowercase L is also a binary. Capital letter I is also a binary in the interpreter. So you don't have to use the I, O, and L in the Python interpreter whenever you are writing a code. So assigning a variable, you can use the A to Z, but you don't have to use the I, O, L. Okay, don't use non-ASCII character in the identifier, and you don't have to use like if I want to assign the hashtag or a modulo or a dollar sign to anything, it is not considered it as a variable. So we have to use the ASCII code, American Standard Code. And whenever we are using some functions, for example, when we are creating some class and object of that, we have to use the self method. In the first comment, as a first argument, you have to provide the self. It is the inbuilt function of the Python. Whenever you are calling a class or a module in the class or the object of the class, you have to assign a self argument in that. So these are the nine characteristics by which you can write the Python code in a well format. Harshit Hari, if my voice is not clearly audible to you, I think it is your network problem. Voice is low. My voice is low to you. All. Now it is clear to you. Am I audible to you? Okay, 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 okay. Is there any doubt regarding these 9 points? If you have any doubt regarding these 9 points, you can ask me. Yeah, it is just like a C. Explain 8 and 9 point again. Okay, I'm explaining the 8 and 9 point again. In the 8 point, name your classes and functions consistently. When we are using the classes and functions, so we have to use this lowercase with underscore for the function method. In the class, we are allowed to use as many function as we want. So for that, we have to use this lowercase with underscore so that we know what is happening in my class in the Python code. And the last thing is that whenever we are calling an object in a class, we have to use the self function as an argument of a particular function. I will teach you this when I will teach the class and the object function to you after 2 or 3 classes. Okay, okay. So these are some string method by which you can do some modification in the string. First is capitalize, which is used to convert the first character to uppercase. Capitalize and the title. understand this. Capitalize and the title function, both working have a same. This title function is also converting the first character to the uppercase. Generally, the title, if I have the three or a four string in my character, in the whole string, then it will convert all the letter with the capital whenever we are using the title. In the case fold, it will convert into the lowercase. In the center, it return a centered string. For example, if I'm assigning a string s is equals to AP, APT, and I want the center string from that, I will assign to A to the center, and then I'm getting as P as my center string. Count is used for counting the particular value in a string. Okay, so I will show you some functions in the Google Colab itself. Okay, so first I have assigned the S, which is a string, and I am assigning like this. I am a student. So firstly, I will told this function to be in a uppercase. So it will uh, print the whole string as a uppercase. It will print I, capital A, capital M, capital T, capital H, capital E, and then student. So my answer is I, capital A, capital M, and hold the string in a capital mode. After that, I will change it in a lowercase. Then it will print the in the lowercase. What is the method of this split? Split is generally is using to split. It is just like a uh, detaching the string in a particular manner. For example, here I have these four individual string. So it will consider I as a single, then split the M from this string, the from the string, and student from the string. So it split function is used to splitting the element in the string. Now the is alpha, is numeric, is printable, is digit. These all function is checking the string that it is the alpha. Alpha means alphabet. Is all this string has only the alphabet? Is alpha is checking that all the character which are using in this string are all the alphabet? Yes or no? Guys, yeah, it is using all the alphabet, but in some places it is giving me this space also. If I am writing this like this, it will give me answer as true. Okay, so when I will give a space to them, it is not asking, giving me answer as is alpha 2 of true. It is giving as false. Why? Because I am using the space over here. And in the sky value, the space has some values to it. So it will consider it as a non-alphanumeric character or a string. Is numeric as dot is numeric? No, it is not a numeric. Is printable. Generally, the printable method is used to know whether the string is allowed you to print or not. So my string is printable. Why? Because I will print this string. So is alpha is giving me the answer as false. Is numeric is also giving me the false. Is printable giving me the true. And is digit is giving me the false. Now the S title is used to capital all the string first character of the string to a uppercase. So I'm getting false, false, true, false. Now when I use the title function, I am getting this I capital A capital, T capital, and S capital. Okay. And in the last, I want to replace the some string from this S. So I am replacing I am as the place of my class is. Okay. So I am getting the answer as my class is the student. It is firstly like I am the student. Now my class is the student. I will replace this I am from the my class is. So guys, these method are clear to you all. These string method are clear to you all. Guys, open the PPT link and at the slide 84, 85, 86. You in the fourth slide you have the functions of a string. Go through all the functions methods and let me know if you have any doubt. Guys, goes through the PPT. Encode. Encode is using to generally the encode function is like converting your string into some other string. It is giving you some other values. I have shared the link of the class PPT in the chat. I will share it again. Don't worry. I have shared it again in the chat. You can go through the PPT and let me know if you have a doubt in the any method of this string. Upper, translate, title, swap case, strip starts with splitness, split. Jet fill is a function. It will fill all the values of the string to the zero. Is alum is generally like my string is containing the alphanumeric number. Just like I will assigning a string like A, 1, 2, 3 or B. So this S, if I'm assigning S is equals to A, 1, 2, 3 string like A, 1, 2, 3, it is giving me the true. Why? Because it is containing the numeric value as well as the alpha value. Okay. Okay.